There we go. There we go. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, nation. We're back. The morning loop. Mornings in the lab with Keith and friends. I'm your host, Keith Bilous. Sitting over there, we got the boy Wonder back from Maryland. We got Marty Fit hanging out in the lab this morning. Super excited he's here today. Of course, we got John Anderson, the big strong man, the bodybuilder, the guy who's lifted up a few heavy things in his life and put them down. He's here this morning as well. Producer Jimmy on the buttons. And of course, we got Melissa behind the things, keeping us all honest, keeping us with things to talk about. Hey, big show today. Jorie Janzen joining us here at the 45-minute hour to talk protein, talk food. I got a few fun things to talk about with the gang here today. We got a bunch of things to talk about here today, guys. We're going to talk about a TKO mega fight coming up. Did you hear about that? What, Uncle Keith? We got that coming up this morning. We got a fun parenting video with some opinions with Cena coming up this morning as well. And hey, research shows how aspirin fights cancer. We're going to have that conversation this morning as well. And listen, guys, there's so many of us chasing vanity metrics. We're chasing the wrong things. We got to be chasing real, authentic conversations. And hey, the big conversation today, the center stage conversation today, boys, we are talking pornography. What? Yes, we are. We're talking porn, but we're not talking about beating off to porn. No, we're talking about the problems of pornography, porn addiction, and maybe some of the negative behaviors that come from pornography. And by the way, this show, this conversations, the kind of content you will find on this show might be offensive to children or nation, might make the kids curious. So I invite you to stick some headphones in their ears or just tell them, hey, you're going to get a lesson in word and sex education this morning on the show, the big show with Keith, John, and Marty. So Jimmy, let's bring up the boys after I've given the warnings. Let's see what's shaking in business athlete nation with my buddies, Johnny and Marty. What's up, boys?
What's up, baby?
Oh, I did something never done today, guys. I'm feeling so happy right now. I got up. You guys know that in order to get different results, we got to create different habits. And I got up this morning. I crushed some. I hear some background noise. Where's that coming from?
Is that you, Johnny?
Is he frozen, Marty? Or is it me? Is it me or? I
think it's Johnny. Johnny, want to mute yourself?
It's Johnny.
Yeah, I think it is Johnny. Yeah. So I did something I'd never done this morning, Marty. I did the old. I got up this morning, got my lift in, and then I did, Marty, a hit run on the treadmill today. Never in my life done a hit run. I was like, fuck it, I'm going to do a hit run today. So did 30 minutes, blasted on the treadmill, Marty, 9.5 on the tread, man, recovering at 3.4. But dude, I was crushing the hits for 30 minutes, man. I feel pretty good about it today.
Hey, man, that's what's up. I've been doing similar workouts because I got the High Rocks at the end of the month.
Yes.
So I've been doing similar, man. So that's what's up. Yeah.
How's that working out for you?
I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm back in college shape, I think, Keith.
Oh yeah, baby. Are you seriously? Tell us, man. Why is that?
Not that I ever got out of shape. Well, I did before, but nah, man. I just the running, the jumping, even I've been working on my mobility consistently, stretching, foam roll. I need to get I'm gonna get a massage this weekend.
Yeah.
But, my body is it's back feeling like I'm back in my 20s.
That's awesome. Johnny A, how are you, brother? To get your tech audio, I think you got it sorted out there. How you doing, pal?
I'm good. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, sir. Perfect, John.
Yeah.
It's like a massive. We've had a storm here, which granted is not what you guys are used to. But,
me and Keith are like, oh man.
Yeah. Grandpa's talking about the storm, Marty, and you and I are like, oh, Marty, Grandpa's talking about the storm. What's him?
Well, I wouldn't be talking about the storm unless my fucking Wi-Fi was making it was fucking showing the problem.
Is a storm dumb shit, Johnny, to talk about?
It's just one of those things that gets in the way.
Oh, I love it. Hey guys, I found something I'm excited to have. I'm really excited. I got a bunch of conversations I'm really excited to have today, guys. And this first one, I dropped this into our little friendly feed yesterday. What if, Jimmy, here's the hook. What if the biggest names in UFC, WWE, and boxing faced off on one epic night?
That'd be crazy.
TKO is planning a combat sports spectacle unlike anything the world has ever seen. Get this, guys.
Real quick, Keith, not to get like off topic. I guess this is on topic. I have like a motivation playlist.
Yeah.
Like on TikTok.
Yeah.
I promise you, man. Like I forget, I put some of the WWE clips on there.
Yeah.
I got like Stone Cold on there. Like some of his shit just gets me fucking hype. So
I know. I would love to see I'd love to see Johnny cut a promo. We should get
oh yeah,
some promos for us, man.
we
Like,
should.
putting some fucking wrestling garb on and get old school Johnny. I look at some of his vintage pictures there, and Johnny, you lifting guys up over their head, you fucking doing pile drivers. I'd love to see you cut a promo.
The best promos are the ones that are in the moment.
Yes.
You know, when you're looking at that fucking the camera guys in front of you, and you see that little fucking red light doing this, that means there's no fucking mistakes.
That's right. Hey, Johnny, we're having some audio problems with your audio here. I'm going to invite you to maybe see if we can get that sorted out here. Yeah, I got Jimmy coming here saying Johnny's audio is not good. Maybe do a refresh, Johnny. Maybe leave for a second and come back. And Marty, we'll keep this conversation going, the TKO thing here. But Marty, this massive crossover event could redefine combat sports entertainment forever. Think about it, right? Create new fans, new opportunities, reshape the global landscape. What did you think when I brought this to your attention yesterday?
Well, as we both watched the Vince McMahon documentary, and it just made me think like it's going to be more entertainment.
Yes.
And somehow UFC, because boxing's already turning into entertainment, kind of with 100%. The Jake Paul, Logan Paul. So we might be getting that from UFC too. We've kind of seen it with Conor McGregor. So
there's rumor has it Conor's heading over to the WWE.
Well,
yeah, right.
Are you surprised?
No, not at all. And you know what, Marty? It makes sense. Like the guy belongs there. Like why not? Yeah. He's the character. He's a character, right? And humans like to see. He's perfect for he's perfect for WWE.
I'll say this too, like not to toot my own horn, but I still obviously do fitness content.
Yes,
but I've done a shift in focusing more on entertainment. I'm sure you've seen.
Yeah.
And my engagement has been through the roof, So,
Yes. Well, listen. So Saudi Arabia, as you know, her too, Marty. They do a lot of stuff with TKO. They've emerged as the likely host, aligning with its ambitious 2030 vision to diversify Saudi Arabia's economy from everything that they have right now to major sports and entertainment events. And this is not just a show. It's part of this unique move to boost tourism, showcase infrastructure capabilities, and position Saudi as a global entertainment hub.
They've been trying to get in on some shit for a while.
Yes, absolutely.
Especially they started with soccer. They were trying to get Messi over there, I believe. So I'm excited to see what they got going on because they're trying to compete with Dubai.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. So listen, for fans, sports enthusiasts, and professionals, the takeaway to this is clear, man. You stay closely connected to how this event develops. And what I like about this, Marty, is that this type of event appeals to everyone, not just like a hardcore UFC person or a hardcore WWE or boxing. Like in my experience, these kind of events bring everybody together. Like how many people watch the Logan Paul Mike Tyson fight that don't watch combat sports at all? You know what I mean? Like, but we tune in, right? So it's I thought that was like I was pretty excited about that. That's a pretty cool thing coming up here. So
make you feel like a kid again.
That's exactly it. And I was saying to myself, this might be the one event that brings Marty, John, and Keith together here. Imagine doing like a big remote event and watch that event together. It'd be fun, man. Get the three of us together in a room and watch that event.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Johnny, how's your audio there, buddy? You getting a little better there?
It's a little choppy. It seems like when both streams are running, that's causing the problem. But I guess it's.
I think we're okay right now.
We'll see if it holds together.
Yeah. Hey, Jimmy, let's run this. I got a video for you here. So Johnny, Marty, Johnny dropped a video for us a couple days ago, and I didn't get to it just because of the way the schedule worked. But he dropped a video from Mark Shapiro, and Mark we've dropped his video before with Dana White.
Yeah, I love Mark.
This one's about John Cena. Jimmy, here's the hook. John Cena has shocked the world by boldly admitting he's not emotionally mature enough to have children, and apparently never will be. I want to get into this powerful statement and what emotional maturity truly means, especially when it comes to parenthood. And then I want to throw it on the table and get your guys' opinions on this and go with it. So, Jimmy, let's run this video.
I think I sent you that video, not Johnny.
Yeah. No, you did. And I was saying that we haven't had a chance. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, we haven't had a chance to talk about it. So, Johnny, I want you to watch this video. Marty, watch this video. Let's watch this. It's about a 30-second video, and we're going to have a conversation about parenting coming up. Jimmy, let's run it.
Where are you on kids now?
I don't want them.
You don't?
No, I'm still there. I'm 47. I don't have them.
You don't want a little Johnny or a Joanna?
That's great, and that's usually what everyone says. And I gotta tell you, it's not the easiest out there because a lot of why we're here is to reproduce. I have a certain curiosity about life, and I also know the investment that it takes. And my biggest fear is, as someone who's driven, many times stubborn and selfish, I try to approach the world with kindness and curiosity, but I don't think I'm personally ready, nor will I ever be, to invest the time it needs to be a great parent, because I want to live life for all it is.
I've never met you. You are incredibly talented. Obviously, you're a beast. You were obviously there with a Hall of Fame football player. He was also a beast. And this is an extremely very realistic thought process, and I respect it. And I respect it for what you're saying and why you're saying it. Now, for me, the greatest gift and the greatest privilege for me is being a parent. And I would actually like to be a parent for the 5th time with my new bride. And I will tell you that I respect you. I love always the way you dress, and you always have the brown shoes on. I think you need to try some black, maybe a little Gucci, maybe a little Prada. Let's go,
So
Cena.
guys, this candid revelation that Cena puts out there challenges, some would say, conventional wisdom around maturity, parenting, and self-awareness, that understanding emotional maturity impacts every relationship, romantic, familial, and professional. It's not about age, it's about personal growth. Marty, when you saw that video, Johnny, I'm coming to you next. Marty, when you saw that video, what struck you with that, brother?
I love the honesty. I love the self-awareness. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Everybody doesn't have kids who walks this earth. And it doesn't make you a bad person because you didn't have kids. Jesus ain't have no kids either. But so nothing but respect. And unfortunately, he's going to get people that look at him in a negative light because of that.
Yes.
Because he's being honest.
Yes. Johnny, we don't have you on horizontal there, brother, just so you know there. Just so. Yeah. 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 We're having audio issues here on the vertical right now too. Actually, you're pretty scratchy here, so maybe you want to just see if you can reset that. Hey, welcome to my world when I'm having troubles. So listen, research by psychologists have underscored that emotional maturity involves self-awareness, empathy, and responsible decision making. I got to tell you, Marty, when you sent that to me, I had as much respect for Cena because of his reflection of that deep self-awareness that he has, right? And that's takes a lot of props not only to admit that, but it takes a lot of props to look in the mirror and have that awareness. And now I suspect, we both know he was dating one of the Bella twins there for a while, then they split up. I'm going to think this had a big thing to do with it. This had a big part of it, because after she and him split up, she went and had a baby with somebody else. But I respect his decision. I respect his ability to communicate the decision. And I respect that having children is not for everyone, right? I love being a father. I will admit that growing up, it wasn't something that I chased. I'm going to admit that, even if my kids are hearing it. Having children, no, I love my kids. I love all 3 of my kids, my bonus child and my 2, and I wouldn't change it for the world. But what struck me with this was just the emotional awareness that he had. He's like, no, I'm not the kind of person that's probably going to do a good job of this. And you know, Marty, Johnny, if more guys, maybe females, human beings had that awareness, maybe we'd have less some of the challenges we have in the world.
Yeah, I was going to say that's part of the problem right there. You got all these people having kids that don't need to have kids.
Yes.
You see some of the stuff that these people do. You see them on the news. I know Johnny hates the news, but you see some of the stuff, and it's like, this person is a father or this person is a mother.
Yeah.
There needs to be some type of test before people have kids. So I definitely respect John Cena for that.
Yeah. Johnny, what's your point of view, this brother? Let's try it out. Let's see how it goes here for you, pal. Yeah, you know what? That's an interesting point of view. And Johnny, you are all scratchy there, so maybe I would invite you to do maybe a reset there, maybe on the machine, but your audio is very, 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 very scratchy. It's going to not produce the best post show content for us. I do like what you said though, because he looks in the mirror and he's like, yeah, my bar, my standard is here. And if I can't live that a certain way, then perhaps I'm not the right person to have children. And Marty, back to your comment, right? Which is not everybody should have kids. And you know what? Here's the thing too, Marty, too. And I'm actually going to look at you and call you out too, just in a friendly, brotherly love way. Like if you said to me, you know, Keith, I'm not going to have children, I got no judgment on that. I got full grace. I'm like, okay, that's fine. That's awesome. I got no, and I say that to you because some people are like, oh, why aren't you having kids? Like, what the fuck, man? You're supposed to have kids. Like, what do you can't have kids? Like, and people make others feel so bad when they don't have children. It's like, no, I don't, it's not for me. And it's okay if it's not for you, Marty.
Yeah, and if I make them feel bad for something else, I'm gonna be the bad guy.
Right.
You know, for something I'm excelling at in my life that they're not excelling at, I'm gonna be the bad guy.
Yeah.
But it's just the world we live in, and you gotta do what's best for you. You know, you gotta live. Go ahead.
If you're doing what's best for you, you're probably doing what's best for your family and your kids.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, and
it's hand in hand, right?
Yeah. And it's your life, it's your path. And you know when something's for you and something's not for you. Absolutely. I can't tell you the amount of people I know or I've met that they don't regret their kids, but they regret maybe having kids when they had them, or they regret the person they had the kid with, you know?
Yes.
So it's not, you know, just having kids is a big thing. And I think it gets overlooked at like, it's just a thing that you do, like a walk in the park.
Well, you know what, Marty? Yes. It's like, okay, we're growing up together. It's time to check the box. Like I'm in a relationship. Now I got to go get married. Now I got to go have kids. And it's like check box. And then couples wake up. They're like, wait a minute. I really wasn't on the plan of checking the box. How did I end up with all this? Now, granted, once we welcome these lovely human beings into our life, these children, you know, you see them, you wrap your arms around them, and you're like, oh my goodness, you could never take this away from me, right? And the problem is, Marty, is that until you go through it, you don't know. And in my experience, I was talking to a fella a couple of days ago, too many of us often think, okay, I'm gonna have kids when it's the right time. It's never the right time. Right. It's just it's one of those things where you find a moment, I guess, in life, and you're okay. I guess it's time to start thinking about having children. Right. But I guess for me, like I said, I appreciated what you put on the table with Cena there, because what I valued out of it was his emotional awareness that I think many don't have. Right. So that was a good one. All right. I'm getting the prompt from Jimmy, Marty. It's time to go to the accountability check-in. So
let's get it.
Let's get it. All right. Let's get it, guys. Guys, listen. Who's calling you out when you need it most? Who's calling you out? For men chasing those big goals, ownership is everything. Every win, every loss. Guys, it's on us. But here is the problem. Most people, they're not going to challenge you. They won't question your blind spots or push back. Nope. Not because they don't care, but because it's uncomfortable. Here's the truth. You don't need cheerleaders. You need people who will keep you sharp, keep you accountable. What? Yeah, I said accountable. Yeah, true story. Here's the system that works. Hear me, guys. The 3x3 check-in. Pick 3 people you trust to be brutally honest. I got a few of them in my life. I got Johnny, I got Marty, I got Jimmy, I got Melissa, I got my lovely wife. Those folks keep me honest every single day. Check in with them every 3 months, or check in with them daily or weekly. No excuses. Ask them for 3 things. Real feedback, a fresh take, what action to take before the next check-in. It sounds simple. It's not. It's powerful. Because even the sharpest mind, they need a reality check. The question is, who's holding you? Who's holding you to your highest standard? Your own mirror? Or is it somebody who you need to keep accountable? I'll tell you, this show, this morning commitment, greatest thing to happen to me. Why? Because I got 2 wingmen who keep me accountable every single morning. Keeps my life in check, keeps my progress in check, and it keeps me going in the right direction. The ultimate accountable team starts here in the morning with Mornings in Lab with Keith and Friends. Myself, John Anderson, and C. Marty Fit. Come back, hang out with us, 8 o'clock Eastern time right here, LinkedIn, YouTube, and X. We get after it every single day. Conversations for men, conversations to help you get your ass to the bed and not hit the collective snooze button. That's it. All right. Jimmy, let's bring up Marty back up here and see how Johnny's tech is working out here. When when Marty gets back here, I'm going to pull up my, here we go. Okay. Hey, Marty, you think a simple pill
like aspirin could hold the key to fighting cancer?
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah. So listen, today, groundbreaking research reveals how this common household medication might significantly prevent cancer from spreading. Some recent discoveries from the University of Cambridge have redefined we may approach cancer treatment. And this new understanding of aspirin isn't just groundbreaking; it could actually drastically reshape how we treat cancer. For men, women, everybody, children, making therapies more accessible and potentially saving countless lives by halting cancer's spread at such these critical stages. Here's the thing, brother. Get this. They published a study in Nature demonstrating how aspirin enhances the immune system's ability to fight cancer cells. It all centers around aspirin's ability to lower the thromboxane, a clotting factor, and weakening the immune system to combat cancer cells. And the discovery was described as a eureka moment by Dr. Ji Yang. So listen, here's the thing, right? While this practical research is promising, it's obviously critical. What would invite everybody to do here today as you're listening is don't dismiss all the information you get from your doctors. Go talk to your healthcare provider. I'm just saying they got some research on cancer is saying that they might find ways to get after it with aspirin. Marty.
Hey man, I've had aspirin for headaches. I've had aspirin for all types of things. That's just hard for me to believe. But if the science shows it, I gotta believe it. And then I gotta think, if it's coming out now, how long have they known this?
Yeah. No kidding.
Y'all just now telling us in 2025? Come on, man.
Are you an aspirin guy or an Advil guy?
I'm Advil.
Yeah.
Advil, Tylenol, ibuprofen. Aspirin. I'm not.
No, I'm intrigued by this, Marty. This is a generational thing. Like, did mom raise you giving you ibuprofen instead of aspirin? Is that what it was for you? Probably.
That's what it was. That's probably the number one.
Yeah. And I got to be honest here, as old Uncle Keith here, I'm actually wondering myself why. Like, I take Tylenol whenever I take them, ibuprofen, but I don't really have a preference. I'm just like, hey, whatever works, I'll just kind of go after it. But it's funny how there's the Pepsi Coke scenario, the ibuprofen or the aspirin situation, right?
Well, I'll tell you this: when I got my tonsils taken out,
yeah,
that was along with the Percocets. I had the ibuprofen. So anytime I've had a major injury or surgery, it was the ibuprofen.
Really, eh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
No kidding. There's Johnny getting it after it here. Here's I'm gonna get something up here.
I love how Johnny's just chilling. He got the internet issues. He's just chilling, hitting a cigar.
I love it. He's on top of it, man. He's absolutely on top.
I love what you're doing, baby.
Yeah,
I know he can hear me.
Hey, here's something for you, Marty. I got some of the big topics that's kind of setting aside right now while Johnny sorts his thing out, because I want to get into the pornography conversation with the three of us here, and I want to hear John's opinion on that as well. But Marty, here's a question for you, and see how Johnny's tech is working. Have you ever thought about this? Are we living in a simulation?
That's it? That's the question?
Yeah.
I don't think we're living in a simulation.
Some scientists think so. And one in particular, Melvin Vopson, claims he can prove it. Marty, here's the theory. Johnny, here's the theory. Our universe could be a simulated reality, kind of like a video game. Now, Vopson believes time dilation in a simulation could mean one real life minute is enough to live an entire lifetime inside a digital world. And according to him, someone could experience 54 million lifetimes like this. And here's the thing. It sounds crazy, but this guy's got math to back it up, or at least that he thinks he does. What are your thoughts so far?
I don't think so, man. Because Keith, if I walk up to you and John Anderson body slam you, you're gonna feel it, right? You're gonna be in the hospital. So I don't think that's a simulation. But
maybe some dude's controlling Johnny. Maybe some dude's on a joystick up there 54 million miles away saying, oh yeah, I'm gonna pick up that son of a bitch and fucking pile drive him on the ground. And he's pulling the joystick and he's just slamming Bilous into the ground. Maybe that's the simulation we're in.
I gotta disagree, man. I want to hear what Johnny thinks.
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you. That's much better. Much better.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm all for it. Oh, whoa! You going to a different lane. I don't think we're the only creatures here though. At the same time, you know. Yeah.
Hey, Johnny, your audio is really. We're having trouble with your audio.
Sheesh.
Yeah. Sorry, man. We got Lauren coming in here, Marty, and I know Lauren's philosophy on this. She's like the Truman Show. Marty, you familiar with the Truman Show? Yeah, so of course you're not.
Harry S. Truman?
Yeah, you're younger than Lawrence. Of course you're not. It's you got to watch it. It's a Jim Carrey show. It's a Jim Carrey movie, actually. It's essentially somebody living in a simulation, and it's the same thing every day, and there's somebody watching. Every camera's watching you, and you're being controlled by others. But what I find by this is that this scientist, he's like, he thoroughly believes this, and his work gets published in low-level journals, meaning it lacks strict peer review. But he also self-publishes his book, and he runs his own research institute. And the dude's taken this theory even further. He's looking for evidence in religious texts, including the Bible. And here's the thing: this isn't just science anymore. It's a mix of physics, philosophy, and maybe even faith. Good morning, Amy. Amy, we're talking about this. Do you think
What's up, Amy?
Simulation? Marty doesn't think that we are, because and I sometimes wonder, right? But here's the thing: why does this matter? Because ideas like this, that we're just code in a program, can change how we see our lives. And some people want us to question reality in ways that make us feel small, insignificant, or like we have no control. So this idea of living in a simulation, makes us feel like we have no control, and it's not something that many of us want to feel like. We don't want to think about it. Like, no, I have more control over my life. And you're like, no, there's some dude simulating. There's some dude controlling you right now.
Yeah, I don't think so, man. I don't know. Nah.
I'm telling you, it sure is a thought-provoking thought, though, right? And as we know, science is about proving, not just speculating, right? But you put a hypothesis on there, and you test, you test. And I guess for me, are we in a simulation? I don't know if I'm. I know the world wants opinions. The world wants a black and white. I'm on the fence, man. I'm on the fence because as Johnny said, I don't think that we're not the only creatures out there, and I know that's not the point of this. But man, to think that it's just us, I don't know. Maybe there's some dude.
Well,
I don't know.
Yeah, I Johnny was going a different direction with it, but. I think there's, other creatures on other planets, just even look how crazy the ocean is and all the creatures there.
Yes.
So I definitely don't think we're the only creatures just here on Earth. I do think there's other life out there. But to think someone is sitting behind a video game controller controlling what I do and what I think, there's no fucking way, because there's some crazy thoughts up here, man. He telling me all the posts I come up with, all the rhymes and funny stuff. You think someone's controlling that? There's no way. There's no, sir.
There's some black dude sitting in some different universe, just fucking pulling buttons and
talking about big backs.
And then somewhere in the journey, this dude's like, okay, I'm going to go and introduce you to this old white motherfucker in Canada. You're like, what? Yeah, right. You're hang out with him for a while. And then I'm going to introduce some other white motherfucker in California. You're going to hang out with him as well. You're like, what?
I just don't think that's happening, man.
And then your mom's like, what the hell are you doing every morning, Marty? I'm some dude fucking pulling my buttons is what this guy is saying.
I don't think that's what's going on. I mean, I would love to hear more about that article you pulled up, though, just to see what else the guy had to say.
I find it more fascinating than ever. Obviously, we're upon a tech era more than ever, and Elon talks about this, and others talk about being in a simulation. I think it's fascinating for conversation, and it gets people thinking, right? And that to me is what's most important with this, which I like to have so much fun with. But listen, let's get after the fit tip, brother, and then we'll come back and keep the show going. Let's do it.
Let's get it.
Let's get it, pal.
Let's get it, brother. All right, we got the fitness tip for today, and this one was inspired by a post I did earlier this week, where basically I actually didn't say any words in this post, but I was just making facial expressions to this lady saying that you should want to be fit and attractive for your partner, for your husband, wife, you know. And it makes sense to me, but a lot of people were upset. And the number one rebuttal was, well, you need to get fit for yourself. Well, duh, absolutely. You should want to get fit for yourself. You should want to be a better version of yourself for your family, job, whatever. We talk about it all the time. But there's nothing wrong with having some external motivation. There's nothing wrong with saying, hey, I see my husband, I see my wife putting in work every day. I need to put some work in too, right? And sometimes it's not just about the aesthetic. It's the fact that you want to get better, right? It's the fact that you're being productive. It's the fact that you're recognizing, hey, I have to continue to improve. There's nothing wrong with wanting to do that for your significant other, for your spouse, right? It's an act of being unselfish, right? And it's always attractive to see someone getting better, right? Nobody wants to be with someone who's complacent, who's stagnant, who wants to stay in the same spot. So listen, if that's your motivation to be fit for your wife, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. At the end of the day, we're still human, and your partner still wants to be attracted to you. So I just want to throw that message out there. You know, a lot of people say that if you want to get fit for your partner, it means you don't love them, and that's absolutely not the case. I feel like if you do love them, you'll stay fit, you'll stay healthy, you'll stay the best version of yourself. So don't feel bad about it. That's the fitness tip for today.
Fitness tip, Marty. That is a relevant fitness tip. I'd like to expand upon that. And we talked about a little bit this week with AJ. Actually, I think you're away for that episode. But what attracts me to Lauren? Obviously, I'm very physically attracted to her. I'm extremely physically attracted to her. What drives me really nuts about her is her effort. Like her wanting to be better, her desire to get up and get better, her desire to eat good, her desire to get into the gym and lift heavy, her desire, Marty, to live longer, her desire to want to be 80 and take our kids skiing or go walking. Like those things are ridiculously attractive to me. As a result of that, because she puts the work in, well, aesthetically, she's pretty hot. So it all goes together for me, man. And I'm just being very blunt, but the effort is what I find most attractive. That's what I really, really admire, frankly.
I agree with you 1,000%, you know, and I obviously, you know, I'm not married or anything, but I think in my past relationships, the things that stood out the most to me was when a girl, she wanted to go to the gym. She wanted to eat healthy. And she'd tell me, hey, no, don't eat that, you know, keeping me on point. I think that's super attractive, and that's somebody I would want to be with someone like that moving forward, because I'm not perfect. I'm human, so you need somebody to hold yourself accountable. So it kind of raises you to a new level when your partner's doing that.
Absolutely. Well, you surround yourself with those kind of people, right? You know, Lauren keeps me accountable. Johnny talks often about how Terry keeps him accountable, right? So, you know, I got two boys in my life who keep me accountable every single day, you and Johnny. So I think this is a great conversation that more couples need to have, should have. And I know that often it gets linked to the aesthetic. And I'll just call it out. Yeah, you know, you're going to be attracted to somebody, it's often going to be driven on the aesthetic side of things first, right? And that is the net result of it. So we'll stay focused on that. But yeah, I think it's a good message that you put out there. But listen, let's keep the show rolling here, man. I got something for us. The main topic right now. We got a message from Johnny here. What's he saying here?
What'd he say?
Yeah, he's having some trouble. So that might be it for me for the day. Not even letting me log back in. Yeah, he's having some internet issues. So that's all right, Johnny. If you want to hit him, respond back, that'd be great. I'm gonna drop this hook here.
I got you.
Yeah, thanks, man. So listen, have you ever wondered, Nation, Amy, have you ever wondered why some influencers drive real action while others with massive followings don't? Today, this morning, on the deep dive segment, I want to dive into why authentic impact often beats sheer follower numbers and why genuine influence is the new way to measure success. And Marty, I thought of this conversation because we live in a world now where vanity metrics and puff metrics are they're largely the past, I would say to you. And as we move into more of an authentic human-driven world, and you're thinking, what? It's an AI-driven world. Well, yeah, but humanity is becoming more important than ever. Understanding why authenticity surpasses mere follower count is essential, not just for influencers, but for anyone looking to truly impact their audience, drive meaningful engagement, and foster lasting loyalty. Marty, I did a little bit of research, and as I was digging into this topic yesterday, and source credibility theory demonstrates that trustworthiness and genuine expertise significantly influence consumer behavior, often outweighing large vanity metrics or large follower numbers. In fact, Marty, 63% of online shoppers are more inclined to trust and act on recommendations from influencers they feel genuinely connected to. And I'm going to suggest this to you, for example.
Oh, man.
Your audience connects to you with less brunches, more crunches, right? Your female audience that sees that, they see your gear, they know you're very much authentic around that. So when they see you talking about it, your influence goes up, they connect to you, right? So engagement metrics, comments, shares, and actual conversions have shown to be far more indicative of true influence than follower counts. So do you see that, Marty, how being more authentic connects you further with your, I know it's an obvious question, but you yourself with less brunches, more crunches, do you see it happening with you?
Oh yeah, definitely, man. And like I said this before, people can sense when you're not being genuine. They can sense when you're trying too hard. You're using words that don't even sound like yourself.
Yes.
You
Yes.
you trying to sound all educated. You're educated, but you ain't that educated. All right. But no, it definitely makes a difference. And like I said, even for myself, I've seen differences in my content when I'm more authentic. And a lot of times the highest engagement stuff is when I'm just being goofy, like not even talking about fitness or talking about anything brand related. When I'm just having fun and being a human, that's people like to see that the most.
It's incredible, isn't it? Like I watch some of the creators that I follow and interact with over on the LinkedIn platform, and it's like the more personal that people are, even myself, the more engaged people want to be with you, right? Because we if you think about it, Marty, all the content put in front of us for the most part has a purpose. It's got a marketing message that's trying to take us somewhere. It's a lead magnet. And then all of a sudden they see Marty being goofy, doing something fun with less brunches, more crunches. Keep getting those plugs in for you, brother. They're like, oh, there's something real here about this guy. Yeah, because, I think that we just get tired of being sold too often, right? And then we get skeptical, Marty.
Have you watched Jameis Winston?
I have not.
NFL quarterback?
No.
Man, so he's quarterback on the Cleveland Browns.
Okay.
But he's always known for his pregame speeches and just doing he's serious, but he's funny. Or he'll like be praying, but it's funny.
Yeah.
So they had him hosting a lot of stuff over the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And he's literally on Bourbon Street and in New Orleans just being himself, and people love it. So he's already figuring out his career, So from this serious NFL guy, we would love to watch him. He's talented. He can ball. but people love to watch his personality way more. So it's definitely real. Same with like look at like a Conor McGregor. Why do people like him? Why do people like Floyd Mayweather? So authenticity is everything. And like you even just mentioned, people can say it's an AI driven world, but you can't beat the human touch, that human experience, you know?
Well, and I you know, obviously we're in the marketing industry with what we do here, and it's easy for me to see the value of humanity, generated content, imagery, slop. You just gotta look on X or Instagram or LinkedIn. There's so much AI generated visual crap that the moment I see you as a real human doing something ridiculous, I lean in. I'm like, oh, okay, there's something going on here, right? So, but listen, nation, here's 2 actionable steps to shift towards being authentic. So guys, if you're struggling with being fake, listen up. First, prioritize with genuine interactions. Engage with your audience. Meaningful conversations. And don't be afraid to admit your mistakes or your fuck ups or your fallacies or your challenges, right? It's okay to admit that. You know, John, Marty, I saw this week here one of the reality trash shows that I will tune into every now and then, Vanderpump Rules and the Valley. One of the cast members came out and said, "Yeah, I've been battling a cocaine addiction." We know what happened.
Wow.
He didn't get chastised. He got love because people are like, "Oh, you're human."
Yeah.
Right? And because there's a lot of people that have those challenges, and I would suggest to you it's one of the reasons we're having success with the show is because Johnny gets on here and says, "Hey, I'm pulling my pants down." You know, yesterday's show, Johnny talked about how he's able to masturbate with his left hand and his right hand. He's ambidextrous, right? Those are real conversations that you're not getting from an AI, right?
Hold on. The comment is starred on the vertical stream. And Good Time said, "I needed that one this morning, Johnny." I guess that's from yesterday. And then you come out and say, Johnny said that.
Yes.
You see that? What is he talking about? Because I know he's not talking about Johnny talking about his left hand and right hand. You see what I'm talking about? On the vertical stream?
I'm only seeing some of the. Hold on, I gotta see why I'm not seeing them all here. I see the comment from Good Time here. I just see the
press the starred. It was one that says live and it says starred on the top.
Oh, I just learned something. I never saw this. Oh, it's because Good Time's a super fan. That's what it is. Good Time is one of our super
okay. I got you.
I guess so I just learned something here where because Good Time paid for permission to be the super fan. So
got you. Okay.
Program that. So hey, thanks, Good Time. I just learned something here, man.
Thanks, Good Time.
Awesome, and I just learned. Yeah, the super chat. I needed that one this morning.
Yeah, that's fucking hilarious.
So anyways,
sorry, Keith, I had to say that.
Oh, I know that's awesome. And then guys, here's the second thing that I'm going to give you guys for a takeaway on this one, right? When you're focusing on creating that valuable resonant content that genuinely reflects your beliefs, your experience, and your expertise, people lean in. They lean in, right? And actually, I'll be very vulnerable and frank. The reason Marty's on this show, the reason I reached out to Marty, well, there's a lot of reasons, but the number one reason is as I got to know Marty on Live in the Lab back when I met him about a year ago or so, and then I watched his content, I was like, fuck, this guy's authentic. This guy's raw. This guy creates content that reflects his beliefs, his experiences, and expertise, and I like the guy. And,
it's not because I'm black.
Oh, people are like, oh, you got the black guy on the show. You got to check the box. Fuck off. No, actually, because the guy's authentic, he's real, and he's honest, and he's black. No, but
you're funny, man.
And then Marty's like, yeah, friends. Yeah, I'm going on the show with this white guy. Why? I don't know, because he sold his business for a lot of money. And I think he's kind of funny too, but he's authentic. He's kind of a fucking goofball, and he's white. But that's Marty with his buddies.
You never know nowadays. People probably think that. You never know.
So fucking dumb.
Crazy, man.
But here's the thing, guys. Authenticity sells more than ever, right? So, I know, Marty, we are coming out of an era of vanity metrics and fake numbers and fake experiences, and people are, because we both know fakery and reality, the intersection of that is largely blurred today. Right. So your ability to come out as authentic and real, and as Rick Clody comes in and says, real impact is powerful. That's the power, man. It's people want to connect with real humans more than ever. So that's my advice. Good morning, Holroyd. Good morning, Clody. I invite
What's up,
you
guys?
Get really authentic, be authentic, and try to stay away from the carbon copy or the boxed content that you think people want to see, because they don't. They want to see your fallacies. They want to see your truths. You know, Marty, we both know this. They want to see you fall down. You know what I mean? Like, people want to see you fall down. And I don't mean that in a negative way. They want to see you be human.
Absolutely. Because then they can relate to you.
Bingo. That's
you know,
exactly
if you get on here and be, you know, you're the AI expert or the business expert, the fitness expert, you know.
Yeah.
You can learn something, but you're probably not going to be very relatable. So
that's exactly it.
You know, a lot of people, like I had someone not too long ago with my fitness content. They said, "Why don't you educate anymore?" I said, "I am educating. This is education. It's just relating to people. It's doing it a different way."
Yes.
You know.
Yeah. And Lauren comes in a world of curation. People crave authenticity, and she's bang on.
Absolutely.
Right. So
I look at it like this too. Like when you were in school and you had a professor that was super boring, no personality, can't relate to the kids, can't relate to the students or anything, right? You compare him to the professor that, you know, was maybe a little bit younger, you know, maybe a little bit better looking and better personality. You probably had way better experience in that class and probably enjoy going to that class more. So
yes,
just my opinion on that.
No, you're bang on. I think you're bang on with that. Absolutely it. Absolutely it. So listen, Marty, let's do this. I'm going to call a little audible here. We're going to do a quick break before we bring Jorie in. Right now, we would normally do the lifestyle tip of the day. Right now, I am going to do a creator spotlight on the LinkedIn side of things. So Jimmy, get that set up here for us. And then we'll come back, bring Jorie in, and we'll keep the show happening. You haven't seen Jorie in a while. She'll all be excited to see you.
I know. I'm excited. I said hi to her the other day before I had to leave.
Yes,
but I didn't get to see her.
leaving. Yeah. So Jimmy, let's do this. Let's get the I'm going to turn this music on here. Boom, boom, boom. If you're all wondering where Johnny is, Johnny's blowing away on the internet. Yeah, he's like, the internet's not working. So if you can close your eyes, there's Johnny just floating away in California just trying to make his Wi-Fi work. There you go. All right, Jorie, we're bringing you up in a couple minutes. Right now, we're doing the community corner, the creator. That's just how I do it here on the show. It's just the community corner, the eye thing, or the hand thing. It's kind of like how anyways. People are like, what? What are you doing? Listen, get behind the mic, behind the camera, and just things start happening. All right. You ever work with someone who just makes your life easier? I do. Two of them. One, their name is Melissa. The other one, what the hell's that guy's name again? Presses the buttons. Jimmy. Yes, Jimmy. I work with two people that make my life much easier. Jimmy and, Melissa. Yes, that's exactly who it is. But listen, do you ever work with someone who adds more steps? Not someone who adds more steps, overcomplicates things, or makes you regret asking for help. I'm talking about the person who sees the problem before you even recognize it and fixes the problem before it slows you down. You know that person, Clody? You know that person, Adam? You're the guy who just fixes it before you're all stuck. Well, I got a guy that businesses call when their systems are a mess, their data is a disaster, and they need things to just work. This guy's a full stack developer, database engineer, and automation expert who's built custom solutions for hundreds of businesses. Jimmy, let's get it ready, brother. This morning, Mornings Live with Keith and Friends is ridiculously excited on this Friday to celebrate Jimmy, Edward Kupietz. Yes, Edward, I know you, brother. I've been hanging out with you, interacting with you on LinkedIn. You are a solid dude. Good to see your picture up there. I know you had your profile off there for a while, but Edward is the guy businesses call when their systems are a mess. He's a full stack developer, database engineer, and automation expert who's built custom solutions for hundreds of businesses. If you've wasted hours wrestling with software that should be making your life easier, Edward's the dude who can turn that nightmare into an operation. He's not just a builder. He's a translator. He takes complex problems, turns them into clear, functional, and effortless solutions. So listen, if you're tired of fighting your tech and ready to let it work for you instead of against you, keep an eye on this dude right here, Edward Kupietz. I hope you said your name right, Edward. I love your content. I love your humor. We talked earlier on the show about being a real person, a real authentic human being. I got to tell you guys, Edward Kupiec is a real authentic human. No fakery, no AI, all Edward. Edward, you know how it works. We want to have you on the show, brother. Come hang out with us. Bring somebody from your circle. Bring them on. Let's shine this big old Mornings in the Lab light on them to celebrate somebody in the future. Community Corner, Creator Spotlights. All right, Jimmy, let's keep it rolling, man. All right, let's see here. Just flowing with my notes here, guys. Just flowing with the notes. Let's see this one here. All right. What's going on, Jorie?
Just hanging.
Yeah, are you good today? How was your Friday? I know we've been talking in the back channels about your week. How was your day today, my friend?
Good. I got something new that's coming up. I'm going to have another program that I'm going to be chatting on this afternoon. It's on Nutrition Month. So March is Nutrition Month.
Yes.
And, CBC Live is going to Zoom me in, and we're going to chat about Nutrition Month and eating well on a budget. So,
well, that's fun. That's fun. Are you excited about that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always happy to talk. I know just moments ago you were talking about being authentic and being real, and
yes,
I often watch a lot of content, and it makes me sad when there are people out there and they're doing a quick Q&A and their answers are so definitive that you could actually lose some potential people that you could reach. I was watching one actually the other day, and they're a great person. It's just unfortunately, I think that their responses might have been a little bit more hurtful than helpful. Like it was just a rapid fire, like, would you ever eat a hot dog? No. And it's like, if you would never eat a hot dog, that's cool, but maybe it's your approach to it. And so I think that my style is more of a comfort of let's meet where you're at. And some things for me are hard no. Like, give me a bowl of mushrooms. No. But it's not because I think that they're wrong. It's my own issue, right? It's not the world's issue. And so I think that we need to be a little bit careful around that when we're trying to reach, people and not cause unintentional harm.
I'm really appreciative of this conversation right now because we are talking about, fake influence, real authenticity, and real human beings. And you said a word here, or you made a statement a couple moments ago that when somebody speaks too vigorously about their knowledge, it almost makes them unrelatable, doesn't it, Jorie?
Yeah, I mean, their list went on and on. They don't use regular toothpaste. They won't ever eat a hot dog. Like, it was just on, and it was, which I have no issue if that's what they want to do.
Yes,
absolutely not. But when it comes across unintentionally, I'm sure it comes across as elitism.
Yes.
And not everyone in terms of where they're at in their life or their journey will relate to that or feel like they can move in that direction. And I think you're just missing the opportunity. I also heard, Marty, and I know you didn't mean offense, but the young professor. Well, I will say I've been told I am way more fun and engaging when I come into a university classroom than the young professor.
Well, Jorie, you're a gem though. You're different. You're different, But you know the professor I'm talking about, and you're not that
absolutely.
at all.
I'm just messing with you. I'm having fun.
I love it.
You know what I like about this relatability thing is that, we were laughing about, I think was it Wednesday, Joe, we were laughing with Johnny because, Marty, Johnny talks about, I get in front of the fridge and I open up and I stand there like a stupid son, wondering what I'm going to eat. And I was like, you mean you do that? Because in my mind, he's a character. He's a superhero to me. He's a character. He's in a box. And not that he's not relatable because I've gotten to know him well enough that he is relatable, but those moments knock walls down for us as humans. And the moment I learned that about Johnny, I felt like I was able to step even closer to him. You know what I mean by that? So when you say like, no, I don't eat mushrooms, and I'm like, well, wait a minute, you're a nutritionist. Like, what the fuck? Like, don't you eat mushrooms? Like, no, because I don't. Why not? I don't like them. I'm assuming that, but
I'm gonna add to that.
Yeah.
So remember I said I never stand in front of the fridge like that?
Yes.
I stand in the snack aisle like that at this grocery store. That's why I don't walk down there. I keep me out of the snack aisle. I will be in there for 10 minutes trying to figure out which one I want. I'm with you on that.
That's too funny. Look, so, and it's funny, Jorie, because I had a topic for this morning. I did not know this was going here. I had a topic for this morning. I put it aside, but it was, and the headline was, I'm a nutritionist. Here are 10 foods that I don't eat. And I'm thinking to myself, Marty, Jorie's all right now saying, I don't eat mushrooms. And I'm like, wait a minute, you're a nutritionist. You're supposed to eat fucking mushrooms. Jorie, what else don't you eat as a nutritionist?
Seafood.
Oh.
What?
Same category. Love fish, salmon, halibut, mackerel, sole, pickerel, tuna. Love those.
But cancel it all, Jorie. But
come on, Jorie, spit it out.
Just can't do it. I know that there's like the whole like they eat the crap at the bottom of the ocean. That's not my why. My why it's I look at it, I feel it. It's just not.
Yeah.
So everyone has their things, right? And the cool thing about North America anyway is that when you don't like a category of food, there's another one that's going to help me.
Yes. Well, dude, are you reading my notes this morning? Because I got a good segue.
You know she's in Winnipeg. She might have hacked you or something.
I know. For you guys, butter versus plant-based oils. Which truly belongs in your kitchen. So there's some surprising new research that reveals the impact this simple dietary swap can have on your health and lifespan. Jorie, Marty, a groundbreaking study from Harvard published in JAMA Internal Medicine shows that replacing just a little butter each day with plant-based oils could dramatically reduce your risk of premature death and cancer. Now, it's not just about diet, it's about adding years to your life. Here's the research. Over 33 years, researchers studied 221,000 adults and found alarming evidence. Higher butter consumption increased total mortality risk by 15% and cancer mortality by 12%. On the flip side, consuming these plant-based oils like olive, soybean, and canola led to a 16% lower total mortality risk with significant drops in cancer and cardiovascular diseases. What's your thoughts on this, Jorie, as you've kind of grown up learning education, nutrition, and all this? Where's your thoughts on this?
Well, I mean, that's where I think last time we talked a little bit is a calorie.
Mm-hmm.
And so gram for gram, fat, wherever it's coming from, is still 9 calories per gram.
Mm-hmm.
So a calorie is a calorie in terms of that. But if you look at saturated fat versus unsaturated fat, so saturated fat is animal fat. That's where butter lands, right? And then you look at unsaturated fat, there's mono, polyunsaturated fatty acids. So those are plant sources. And we know you don't have to do a complete swap, but at least adding in and modifying that there are nutritional benefits, a higher omega-3. There's decreased inflammation using more plant options. Plant oils have been given a lot of bad rap as well. They used to say, oh, like margarine is one, molecule away from plastic. It's just a totally different design. I don't know where people got that from, but that's unfortunate. So I would say whichever you like, consume.
Yes.
But both in moderation. It's still fat. One has a little higher nutrient content profile, the plant source. However, if you enjoy butter, keep it going. I have both in my fridge.
I enjoy butter.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoy my butter.
Yeah. You might mix the butter with some olive oil because olive oil denatures at high temperatures, right? So if you're cooking at a high temperature, you can combine them.
It's interesting you said that because the research, Marty, suggests here that here's some takeaways from the study. First, you might want to consider swapping out, 10 grams of this for 10 grams of that. Or, as you said, Jorie, look for easy opportunities like cooking your eggs in a little bit of butter and olive oil, or just olive oil, right? Or drizzling it on your veggies, right? These small shifts that could lead to major health wins. What I don't like is that for a while there, society was, don't eat the butter, go grab that canola butter or canola soy, and that's just right. So it's right, Jorie. It's like, okay, no, go have some butter.
Yeah. It's like, for me, I will have a hot dog. I'm not going to have a hot dog every day, but I will. I grew up on them. it's fine as long as I don't go to the plant where they're making it, because that'll probably gross me out. But I will have a hot dog, right? Whereas for
Me
some
too.
people, that's a hard no, and that's also okay. So I think it's just looking at life. Life isn't a dress rehearsal, right? We have one life to live, so enjoy it. But some things are moderation.
Yes. Yep. Marty, you still not eating eggs, brother?
Yeah, I just don't like them, man. I don't like the taste. I don't like the smell. I don't like the texture.
I don't like the texture.
Yeah, I can't do it. My mom tried to make me eat them at like 5 years old. I just couldn't do it, And even when I was a baby, she said I would spit them out. I don't know why that is. So
because she didn't put the Kit Kat in your mouth like my mom did.
yeah. I got to talk to your mom, man.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why you're so hyper now. I think that's why.
Yeah, it's that because I grew up with the Kit Kat in my mouth. That's exactly.
I think that's it.
So George, before we do let you go, I got a little secret for everybody. I'm going to keep us on time today because producer Jimmy's got a big event he has to go to, and then before the show, he's like, no, let's keep it going like normal. I'm like, no, Jimmy, you got a big event to go to. We'll get the show going on done. And get done.
Jimmy,
we can get off to your event, brother. We're going to take care of you, my friend. But Jorie, before I do let you go and say goodbye to you today, what are a couple of foods that Jorie Janzen does not eat besides seafood as a nutritionist? What other things you don't eat?
What else do I not eat? I'm pretty open outside of that.
Yeah. What's your guilty pleasure? This is this little Jorie Janzen get to know segment here. What's your guilty pleasure, Jorie?
I don't think I have a guilty pleasure. But in terms of what I love, I think I've always claimed this. I love sweets. I love chocolate.
Yeah.
Dark chocolate, milk chocolate.
Yeah.
It's all good.
I feel like Jorie isn't going to say no to anything, but she just knows not to do it every day.
Right.
That's pretty much it.
There's a lot of value in that statement, Marty, because that's actually it, isn't it? Like it's actually
beer. Ugh.
Oh, not a beer drinker.
No, disgusting. It smells like a skunk.
Nasty.
And if I can imagine what urine tastes like, that's it.
Speaking of urine, I found a story.
Here we go, Jorie. You got him started, Jorie.
Yeah. There's a story in China. A bunch of young men, I'm going to put it on the show next week. I'm on Monday, but I'll bring it up here. But a bunch of young men stood over a cooking pot in China and pissed in the pot of soup. And then the restaurant served the soup up to all the patrons. Yeah. And the restaurant got sued. Good. Because there was video circulating online of these men standing in the back of the kitchen urinating in the pot. So maybe soup is not on people's menu this weekend as well. I could look at Marty's face. He's just processing this whole experience.
You said that was in China?
Yeah.
Oh my God. What is wrong with people? I thought America and Canada were the only crazy people, but I guess it's all over the world.
Oh, wait, Marty, didn't you hear the news? Like we're erasing the imaginary line. We're just kind of one and the same here, Marty. It's going to be United States of Canada coming up here soon.
Yeah, I'm aware.
I actually have something for next week. 50 fun, Jorie, this is for our friends in America. 50 fun facts that our American cousins and brothers and sisters have no idea about our country up here. So it'll be
that's interesting.
Yeah, it'll be an educational show with Marty and Johnny next week and our American friends who have no idea about us lovely Canadian friends.
We're just not worry about everything.
That's right. Yes. Hey, Jorie, maybe our kindness will extend to our American friends if they erase the line.
Good luck. Good luck.
All right. Well, listen, Marty, let's let Jorie get the hell out of here. Marty, I know you got to rock and roll as well. Jorie, what's on the plans for this weekend? Last weekend you had a busy one. You had your sister in, you had some friends in, you had an active weekend. We got a blizzard coming today, apparently. What do you got going on today this weekend?
Gosh. So there's a volleyball tournament, and plus then moving into the week is dance competition. So it's going to be so fun.
Awesome. That's fun.
Although some parents get a little nasty, but I still have fun.
It's in Canada too, because the American ones do too. They take it serious out here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like no one's going to Broadway here, I'm pretty sure. So let's just relax.
There you go. And Joe, I know you got a lot of things cooking on the business side of your life. I'm encouraged and excited for you. If you ever need to reach out and want to have a chat about that, I'd love to have a chat with you. But I'm excited for you, kid. That's good news happening for you there. So awesome.
Probably a no, just so you know. But
well, there you go. Well, hey, listen, it's what I've learned, and I was talking to Carter about this yesterday. There's no harm in going and learning and gathering information and gathering facts and learn until you make your decision, right? Yeah. In my experience, I think sometimes we don't do that enough.
Well, if it's not going to make my life better at this stage,
yes,
I don't really see the benefit there. Whereas getting up in the morning and hanging out here, it does make my life better.
Oh, good. Well, hey, there you go.
It's all about money, right? I mean, money helps with everything, but it's not all about the money. And so you figure out what makes your life just a little bit better.
I like your decision process. Too often, I don't think humans think enough about the QOL, the quality of life.
Yeah.
Right. And you're right. Money can help with that, but it depends on where you put that priority, right? Sometimes, just spending time with family and friends and hanging out. Like I love my dogs. Like they give me such a high quality of life. And Charlie. Yeah, and Lola, and you can't put a price on that, right? So that's just I see. Yes, Jorie's going to get her dog right now. There's something to be said for that. Yeah. Oh, there you go. I love
this is Fred spelt with a PH.
Yes. Well, what's up, Fred? Because it's like traveling. I miss my animals. I love my animals.
Right?
Yes. That's awesome. All right, Jorie, well, listen, we're going to let you get out of here. So we're going to let Marty get out of here, and Jimmy and I are going to work towards closing up the show. You have a great weekend there, kids. Stay warm. Right. We're supposed to get a blizzard, Marty. We're supposed to get a blizzard here.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's starting to warm up a little bit here.
Yeah. Even with the imaginary line, we still get what they call these Colorado lows, Marty. They send this Colorado air up here to Manitoba, and it wrecks our life for a couple of days. And we're supposed to be getting one today, rain and snow and Jorie, of course, look at the calendar, right? We usually get last one here in March.
Yeah. Absolutely. So I'm not shocked. It's just disappointing every year.
Yes, exactly. All right, Jorie, you enjoy your day today. I appreciate you so much. Thanks for hanging out this morning. We'll talk to you over the weekend, okay?
Sounds good. Next time, let's all do a round of what we're doing, not just me. All right, 100%. Take care, you guys.
Oh, there we go. Good idea.
All right, Jorie's going to get out of here. I'm going to let Marty get out of here too, brother. You good, man? A good show today. I'm glad we got a chance to hang out.
Yeah, man, it's like the old times.
It's like old times.
Hey, I think we were supposed to kick Johnny out for a reason, man.
I think so. Yeah. Well, because this week I just had the Keith and Johnny show a couple of days because Marty had some things happening.
Yeah, you did.
It's all good though, man. That's why there's the threesome. No, Nation, I'm not talking goofy stuff, man. Just the threesome of the three boys here. Yeah, not the circle jerk. Three.
Whoa.
Nope. Whoa! I wanted to get that facial expression before you left.
I see, man. You know how to get me, man.
I know. I love when I watch the post production and I can see Marty's face. Jimmy and I laugh. You say, "Oh, there's Marty's face changing with this."
My mom loves it too. She's like, "I love your facial expressions."
No, they're awesome, man. They are. Actually, here's the secret. The whole reason I invited you to hang out with me on the show is because I love your facial expression. That's the only reason. Yeah.
Thank you, Keith.
And because you're black, so the black facial expressions was the best reason why.
What a combination there, Keith.
Oh Jesus! You know what's funny, Marty? Somebody's gonna hear these clips. And they're gonna go, Oh, this Uncle Keith guy, what is this? He's this fucking racist or something. Come on, just tune into our show and hang out.
Of course, it's coming.
100%.
You know it's coming at some point.
So as we continue growing the show into this big mammoth, somebody's going to sit down one day and they're going to say, so how did you build the show, Keith? Did you invite Marty on because of this? Oh, yeah, that's the exact reason why. Yeah, 100%. And Johnny's here because of this. Yeah, that's come on.
Yep.
Everybody, take your fingers and get the hell out of here, man.
I agree.
Hey, what's going on today, brother? What do you got today?
We got a working podcast today, but I'm gonna try to do. I want to do like bowling or mini golf. I'm gonna see what the guys are up to this weekend.
Yeah, that's fun.
See what's going on, man. See what we could plan.
Yeah, bowling or
so maybe you'll see some stuff on the story.
Oh, I love it. All right, pal. Well, listen, you rock and roll. Enjoy your day, man. I appreciate you. I love you lots. You have a lot of fun, and we'll catch up with you over the weekend, okay?
All right, I'll talk to you.
All right, pal. I'll talk to you too. All right, Martin's getting out of here. Hour 2, resetting. Mornings in the lab with Keith and friends, and I got no friends left. Yeah, no friends. See you later. Bye. Yep, they're all gone. Let's reset it.
Where's everybody gone? Well, Johnny had some tech issues this morning, so Johnny's Wi-Fi is blowing away in the wind. Marty, I hung up for the whole hour. We didn't get to everything we want to talk about, so we'll bring some of those topics up on Monday. We had a big discussion planned for pornography. I wanted to have that one with you guys here, but I wanted Johnny to be part of that, so we'll bring that back up on Monday of next week. What do we get into, though? We talked about the big TKO announcement, or upcoming announcement with TKO and WWE, and we got John Dugan jumping in the LinkedIn here saying he's got so much going on. Dugan, come hang out on the show, man. I got to get my numbers up. Brother, come hang out with us. We talked about the big TKO announcement. We talked about Jimmy. What else did we talk about this morning? I'm going to get my notes here. We had a conversation. We had a number of conversations. We got into TKO mega fight. We talked about the Mark Shapiro, John Cena parenting video. John admitted that he does not have the emotional maturity to become a father. And he's like, no, I'm not going to be a dad, and I have no time to be a dad. So there you go. And the conversation that came out of that was, do we need to be emotionally mature to have children? And if we're not, do we still have them? So that was an interesting conversation. And it was really about John Cena's awareness, where he's like, no, I do not have the awareness or the maturity to do anything about that. We also talked about that research shows that aspirin may fight cancer. I invite you guys to check out that part of our conversation earlier in the first hour. Not telling you not to go to the doctor if you have cancer. I'm just saying that there's some research that comes out that says that aspirin might have effects on it. So in a positive way, we talked about that this morning as well. We did not talk about the porn addiction. We're going to get into that next week. And we did have a conversation about why real impact beats follower count every single time. And the reality with that, you guys, is we live in a world now where there's a lot of curated AI stuff, and people are starting to see through it. So this concept of being real, authentic has been more, and it's becoming more important than ever, frankly. So, but here's what we're gonna do, Jimmy. I got a topic that I did not get to yesterday, and I want to create some content around this. It was our deep dive conversation yesterday, which was around is comfort killing your potential? We get into habits, we get into life, we get into routines, and often that's linked to comfort. We get into something, what we're doing, we repeat it. And when we sense discomfort, we fall back into the comfortable pattern. Jimmy, here's the hook. You ever feel stuck, comfortable, yet somehow frustrated? Well, let's uncover why comfort might be quietly killing your potential, and how stepping into discomfort, running towards failure, could be your key to extraordinary growth. So why does this matter? Why does it matter to you? Because in my experience, we're talking authentically. Uncle Keith is struggling with the words this morning, because the line between comfort and mediocrity is thinner than you think. And crossing that line can unlock transformative personal and professional breakthroughs. Now think about this. Here's the science behind this. Our brains prefer familiarity to protect us. Call it evolution. But modern neuroscience reveals that discomfort triggers growth by forming new neural pathways. Listen, you guys have heard me talk about it here on the show. Every Monday and Friday, what do I do? What does Uncle Keith do? What does the handsome chief do? He goes for a run. Today, I actually did a hit run. Yeah, I did a hit run. 53-year-old uncle did some hit runs on the treadmill today. I hated it. Absolutely hated it. But why did I do it? Because it protects me from comfort. Because that neuroscience revealed that the discomfort triggers my amygdala. I think that's how you say it, right? It takes about 66 days to rewire habits. I've been running now for almost a year, I'm thinking. I got that habit in place. Every Monday and Friday, I just run. There's no thought process. It's just part of what I do, because to me, it's running towards failure. It's running away from comfort, right? And what it does is it suggests that those consistent challenges reshape our brain's landscape for lasting change. Like I just said, I started this run months ago, a year ago, whatever it was. I hated it. But as a result, over time here, it started to change my brain, because it's just something that I'm doing. And experts like Bessel van der Kolk reinforce that genuine development happens when we embrace and manage our fears, not avoid them. You hear us talk about it all the time. Walking towards failure, running towards failure. Johnny talked about it yesterday. He's like, I wake up some days and recognize that the closer that I am to darkness, the closer that I am to success. And you think to yourself, what? Because in Johnny's mind, in my mind, if you're failing, that means you're working towards success, right? You're stimulating that discomfort that you have in your head. So here's what you can do right now. Here's your invitation. Stop today. Look in the mirror. Conduct an honest self-assessment to pinpoint exactly where you're playing too safe. Listen, you know, this show has kept me accountable to moving me out of my comfort zone. I invite you to do the same thing today. Ask yourself, this is a safe habit. This is a safe routine. You know, if I want to get the same results, well, keep doing the same thing. If you want to get different results, make changes. Number 2, seek out at least one new challenge this week. There you go. That's your invitation. Or even this weekend. We do the show Monday to Friday, 8 o'clock Eastern time, right here on LinkedIn, YouTube, and X. Perhaps this weekend, seek out at least one new challenge. One new challenge, big or small, to intentionally push your limits. That's my invitation for you, right? And then ask yourself, what is one comfortable habit or routine that's keeping you from growing? And then get after it. There's your invitation. You try that and you do that religiously, you're going to find yourself, I believe, moving away from the fear of comfort, moving towards embracing discomfort, and probably along the way, finding some success. Yeah, true story. That's it. Okay. All right. I'm glad we got that content in there, Jim. We got that done. We can get that cut up for the post-show situation. So let's move our community corner segment to this last 15 minutes of the show. Why? So Jimmy can get the hell out of here. Jimmy can go do his thing. Jimmy's got a big party to go to. Yeah, true story. Clody, I love that encouragement. I love you hanging out with us, man. Clody, I invite you to do something this weekend, pal. Listen, here's the thing, right? We're never too old. Here's a compliment. We're never too old to go and get after something we're afraid of, right? So what's something that you're afraid of this weekend? Because what I find as we get older, doing those things we're afraid of is actually called living life. Think about that for a second, right? Think about that for a second. So if you're scared of something or you hate it, try it. Flip the script and try it. You might find yourself enjoying it, right? And that there is success, right? So I invite you to consider that. Try something to get out of your comfort zone and do something inspiring. What's up, Benzie? Have a good day, brother. Have a good day, eh? It's our Canadian friend there. Scott Benzie coming in on the horizontal feed. And it does grow our brains, man. You're absolutely right, Clody. So Rick, I got an invitation for you, pal. I'm going to put you on the spot. Maybe you want to do something this weekend you haven't done before, and then come tell us about it on Monday. Anybody tuning in this weekend as well? Anybody tuning in right now? Benzie, good time. You know, what's something that you're afraid of or reluctant of? And I invite you to do it. Seriously. No different than old Uncle Keith here did with his running, right? I hate it, but I did it. And I'm now doing it every single week because it's good for me. So guys, I offer the same invitation to you. Think about it. Maybe you find some things to get after. Oh, Benzie, you're from Buffalo. Oh, that's awesome, man. Oh, so hey, when we become Americans and you become Canadians, we become all one and the same. We're all kind of one and the same. Yeah, there you go. Hey, Jimmy, I got one more. You know what? Let's do this one here, Jimmy. Let's get to this one last topic before we go to the community corner. And I'm sorry, Jimmy, but I got this one here. Guys, here's something for you guys to get after this weekend. Jimmy, here's the hook. Homegrown gains. No gym, no excuses. Now, we may have talked about this a couple weeks back, that there's actually no excuse to get your workout in. Ditch the gym, everyday items that will get you ripped. I got a list of items, you guys, that are going to help you take care of that body. So again, maybe this weekend you're thinking about, I can't get to the gym. I got no interest in going to the gym. I need something to do. I got something for you. We're going to talk about it right now. So forget the gym membership. Forget those overpriced weights. You do not need them. That home you're living in right now is already full of full body training equipment. You're just not using it. So let's get into it. Why your home is the perfect gym. Gyms are overrated. They cost too much. They waste your time commuting. They're packed with people hogging the equipment. But here's the thing. You got stuff right around your house that could help you achieve physical fitness goals that you didn't even know you could achieve. Here's where it goes, guys. Man, just struggling with the words here today. Household items that double as gym equipment. Chairs. Guys, think about it. Chairs. For dips, step-ups, and incline push-ups, just make sure it's sturdy, or you're going to end up on YouTube. So chairs is a good piece of gym equipment in your house where you can do things that you're not even thinking about. Towels, use them on smooth floors for sliding lunges and hamstring curls, core strength, right? Those towels, next time you're using a towel to dry yourself off, think about how it can make you stronger. Trust me, you're going to feel it tomorrow. Backpacks. Guys, you got a backpack around your house, right? Fill it up with books, water bottles, heavy stuff, and walk around the house, right? Go for a walk. Wear it doing squats, lunges, or push-ups. You throw 20 pounds in your backpack, you're now 20 pounds heavier. Go for a walk. Try that. Water jugs. Instant dumbbells in your house. A gallon of water weighs 8.34 pounds. So think about that, right? That water jug is the dumbbell you have in your house. Couch cushions, great for balance training. Stand on one leg, do squats, or use it for core work. Think about it, guys. These couch cushions they're not just for sitting on. No, sit on it for a while, get up, get off your ass. Because, hey, we know if we sit too long, we're going to die quicker, right? Sitting too long leads to early death. Sitting too long leads to dementia, right? So that couch cushion you're sitting on is great for your balance. Right? So try that out this weekend. Hey, there you go, Clody. Maybe you want to try some squats with your couch cushion. Stairs. If you have stairs, built-in cardio. Point blank. Upstairs, downstairs. You got stairs. Just do it. 5 minutes, 10 minutes. No excuse to have to go to the gym. Just do your stairs. You can sprint up. You can walk down, repeat. Simple, but brutal and effective. And hey, throw that backpack on you and then do your stairs. You can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Yep. How about this one? The broomstick. Perfect for mobility drills, shoulder stretches, and even makeshift barbell work with added weight, right? So think about that. Walls. You got a wall in your house? Do a wall sit. Try the wall sit. Try it for a minute, 30 seconds. There you go, guys. There's something to consider this weekend if you've never done before. You're scared of trying a wall sit, right? Because if you ever held a wall sit for a minute, those legs are going to be screaming. Now, guys, why does this work? And why most guys fail at this? Well, listen, body weight training isn't a downgrade. It's a power move. Gymnasts, they build insane strength using nothing but their own body weight. The problem, most guys lack consistency. Yeah, I said it. You wait for motivation instead of building discipline. So don't be that guy. You got stuff around your house. I've just given you a list of 10 things in your house that will give you a 20-minute home workout with no thoughts around it. I invite you to think about this. Do a warm-up for 5 minutes. Do some jump squats for 30 seconds. Do some high knees for 30 seconds. Do some arm circles for 30 seconds. Some shoulder stretches, some strength circuit, some chair dips, some backpack squats, some towel hamstring curls, some wall sits, a water jug shoulder press, and do a finisher on your stairs. You're done. Look at that. You're done. All inside your house. So no more waiting. You don't need fancy. You don't need a gym. You don't need perfect. You just need to start. So no gym, no problem, no time. Make some. You don't have motivation? Well, I invite you to figure out your habits first. There you go, guys. There's some tips to get your workout in if you're not going to the gym. Everyday items around your house that will get you ripped. Yeah. Rick Clody, why is your kiss like a jar of pickles? Because once you get the first one, the rest comes easier. Oh, there you go. I like that. I like that. Jimmy, you like that? It's pretty good. Clody's a comedian, apparently. Thanks, Rick. Okay. You guys know we're building on LinkedIn and Substack. Well, today we're moving our attention to our Substack creator. This is where we get to the creator spotlight. Always shining the light on great human beings doing great work. Jimmy, I'm getting you out of here in a few minutes, brother, so you can get on the road, get to that big party of yours. As we're starting our mornings, Jimmy's wrapping his day up. It's just how it works. All right. You ever catch yourself overthinking a handshake? Or debating whether a text sounds too desperate? Or realizing you have no idea to grieve a lost friendship? That's the stuff nobody talks about. But it's the stuff that makes us who we are. And nobody tells those stories better than the person we're going to celebrate this morning in the Creator Spotlight. This fellow's the creator of a publication on Substack called Other Men, a platform that explores masculinity in all its awkward, hilarious, and deeply human moments. This guy doesn't preach. He doesn't pretend to have all the answers. Instead, this dude pulls back the curtain on the quiet moments that shape us, the ones that we don't even realizing are shaping us. This morning, Mornings in the Lab with Keith and Friends is happy, excited to celebrate. Jimmy, you ready, my friend? We're going to celebrate Mark Pagan. What's up, Mark? Yes, Mark's work has been featured in the New York Times, NPR, TED, and more. He's built a space where masculinity isn't something to fix. It's something that we understand. So if you've ever wrestled with the weird unspoken rules of being a man, Mark's already written about it. And trust me, you're going to see yourself in his words. I invite you, check out Mark Pagan's Substack and get to know Mark over on the Substack platform. You're a man, you're going to enjoy the content. Mark, here's how it works, my friend. Love to have you on the show. The invite is open to you. Why? Because I believe, I suspect there's somebody in your orbit who you think is doing great work, and we'd like to hand you the big Mornings in the Lab spotlight to shine it on them and come on this show and celebrate it. There we go. There's our Creator Spotlight this morning with Keith Bilous, Mark Pagan. Jimmy, I told you we'd get you out of here on time today, and we're going to do that. Yeah. When you guys see me look over here, because I got another monitor over here with, I'm just working on my setup today. I'll explain it to you. So right in front of me, I have my camera and my notes. Right below me, I have a screen, an iPad with comments and notes. On the right, I have my big monitor with Jimmy's notes and other notes. And on the left-hand side here, I have a monitor with the horizontal feed. So I'm able to stand here and observe. Hey, Jimmy, Jimmy, I want to try something, actually. Let's try this. I'm going to try something with you guys here. I'm going to present this here. Oh, no, I can't do that there. Jim, I'm going to try something for everybody here. I'm going to try this out here. I think that I can do this. Extra camera. Let's go. Maybe this one. This one here? No, I think it's this one here. Yeah, there we go. And then we'll go like that there. And then we'll go like that there. There we go. Hey, there we go. So we got two cameras happening right now. I got me here on the horizontal feed. Jimmy, I don't think we can do it in the vertical feed. Let me just try it. Let's try it out here. We'll go share screen here. No, we're going extra camera. Yeah, we're just doing shit on the fly here, guys, because we're having some fun just to try stuff out. There we go. And then put that up there. Yeah, there we go. Hey, got the two monitors there. So yeah, so you guys can see. I got myself here and I got myself up there. And that's how it rolls here. So guys, the loop is done. Mornings in the Lab is done. We are done for the week. Getting after this weekend. Looking forward to my weekend. Going to have some wonderful date time, some intentional dating time with my wife. She's been feeling a little bit under the weather this week, so I'm really, really, really excited to be reconnecting and spending some lovely moments with her. I'm going to be busy today, getting some stuff done so I can get ahead of it and spend some lovely time with Lauren. Going to hang out and spend time being intentional. And guys, I invite you to do the same thing with your partner. Right. Spend some time love the word intentional. Be intentional. Rick, be intentional this weekend, pal. Jimmy, be intentional. And I know that's that's my goal here this weekend, is to spend some time being intentional with my lovely bride. And excited to be back here with you guys on Monday, right here, 8:00 Eastern time. The only show that helps you guys get your day started, the only show that talks about accountability, goal achievement, content that will move your life forward, man. And we're working hard at this thing and keeping going. So, okay, Jimmy. There's the sound. You guys know that sound. It's the sound that walks us out of here. Listen, on behalf of myself, I'm going to get myself off this Get myself off here. There we go. Yeah. Listen, on behalf of me, I'm Keith Bilous. On behalf of John Anderson, who's floating in the Wi-Fi world right now. On behalf of C. Marty Fit, he's over there. And on behalf of Jorie Janzen, producer Jimmy, Melissa behind the scenes, all of you, I thank you. I appreciate you. I love all of you guys for hanging out with us this morning and every single day of the week. We'll see you guys on Monday, mornings in the lab. Rick, I appreciate you, man. Enjoy the weekend. We'll see you Monday, 8 o'clock Eastern time, right here on LinkedIn, YouTube, and X, and Twitch. Until then, have a great weekend, guys. I'm going to get out of here. Ciao.